So, Ron, the next question is based on your tremendously beneficial, for me at least, comments you made in this first part. With all the people that seem to do a lot of commenting and chattering and posting about SKRs and redemption updates and will we need to get an 800 number and currencies, and even comments that come through messages about people liking the LWS programs, but they want to change it and have it modified because it doesn't suit them here or suit them there. Is this opportunity that we could talk about, have you comment on, is this really about a financial redemption, or is this more of a spiritual one that we need to start wrapping our arms around? What are your comments about that?
Well, I think things come spiritually before they come naturally on the face of the earth and for us in our lives. And creating things in your mind is one of the best ways you can do that. It's a creation energy at play. Um, let's take, for example, the SKRs. Well, people have commented about SKRs have to have this, they have to have that, and there's a serial number on the documents that used, and I'd like to know what those serial numbers are. And they come up with all kinds of demands. And I don't ask each one. I just say in my mind, do you understand what a yodillion is? We understand what a million is, or a quadrillion. It's just 1,000 millions. What's a quintillion? It's 1,000 quadrillions. And we use millillions in our SKRs, and there's 7 zeros in there. And there's three in the beginning, so that's 3 million. There's a three in the end. It's 3,000,003 dollars. And so when people ask me about that, I say, well, how many times does a millillion go into into yodillion? A yodillion is 24 zeros. That's a power. 20 10 to the 24th power. And so it's a lot of, here's a millillion at seven uh, digits. How many of that go into a yodillion? And those are the kinds of numbers that we have. I have hundreds. I have thousands of yodillions. I'm not even up to 10% SKRs than I have uh, available to use to back SKRs. Now, did I just make that up? No. I asked the Alliance, what should I put aside? I said, I would like to put this aside. That's a real good number. That's a good start. That's a good place. You're not going to get that many people asking for SKRs that will overdo that. And so they get the SKRs and they might have some bonds before that. And the Alliance says, and by the way, the Alliance is the only one that will give you a redemption appointment. And those who are saying that the redemption appointment has, um, what do they call them? Places where you go to redeem your
Mm.
redemption centers. Okay. Tell me who's doing the redemption center. And I ask God who's doing the redemption centers. It's just the Alliance. Who's the Alliance? Well, Jesus is in charge of this earth. He's the Messiah. He's the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. He's in charge of this earth. And what he's doing is presenting it so that he can give it back, present it to the Father and say, here's what I have done with what you gave me. So when you're talking to Jesus, you can get a pretty good substantiation on what you're thinking, if indeed it's correct. So the alliance is there. Now, is Jesus the only one that talks to me? No. I've got Saint Germain. I've got grandfather of the elders, the Chinese elders. It's over 400 years old. He comes into my channel whenever I ask. I can talk to Q. I can talk to whomever I want in that channel. It's not restricted. And the reason they'll come is because they want to. They want to communicate. They want to tell me everything they can. I have a physical mind, so it's hard to. It can be overloaded, and oftentimes is. But they're not going to tell me something that will hurt me. And what I did today is one of those things that I had to get permission to do, because that's how it came across. And there are people out there who would want to kill me and stop that information from getting out. I don't care. Let's be on God's side. Let's be on the alliance side. There's the alliance. The alliance is made up of 3 separate entities. One is the ascended masters that Jesus is the head, and you have benevolent ETs who have not had to grow up with cabal, and they have technologies way, way, way beyond what we have. And they love us and want to be with us and want us to be successful in what we're doing. So they're there, and then we have the boots on the ground, the white hats, the Q team. And I don't need to tell you about Donald is still a president of the United States. Always has been and always will be until he's put back into office and gets to do what he's going to do. And I don't know if he wants to be the president of the United States or the president of the world. People love him. So let's put that aside. The fact is that we're moving into where we're supposed to go, and everything is working towards that end, far beyond what we've done. Okay, so let's. I think I've told you what the redemption appointments are going to be like. They come from the alliance. If you're not qualified to have the money, if you have not proven yourself capable of getting this kind of money and not changing who you are, but can act according to the Spirit in that, then that's your qualification to get the alliance to give you the funds. However, Love One Society was given to me as the way for people who get the redemption funds to be able to distribute it to the world. I'm not going to take a bow for that. It wasn't me that did that. Created it in the heavens, yes, and they downloaded it to me because I was there when it was created. So it came to me, and I get to go up on stage and take a bow, but it was not me. It's the alliance. And the alliance gave us Love One Society so that we could do our humanitarian work in a way that is consistent with the heavens. And those who think they're going to get their funds and are not fine-tuning their lives so that they can receive revelations and at least inclinations from the Spirit on what they should do. If you can't do that, you haven't qualified yourself. I started receiving revelations 33 years ago. And I went through the process. Well, I can receive, and people come to ask me, well, is my husband cheating on me? And I tried to go into that, and I was shut down really, really fast, because that's using what I thought was the powers or blessing to override somebody else's dominion, and that is against the rules. I had to learn that. And I had to learn that to the point where I could be trusted. with receiving Loved One Society. Nobody's going to get around it. You have to qualify before you can get the redemption funds. That's just all there is to it. I hope you'll go back and read what I have written about that, and having an understanding, a little bit better understanding of who we are and what is expected of us as we receive these funds, that'll help you to get qualified to receive them. Only humanitarians will receive the funds in the beginning. It doesn't matter if you're a humanitarian and you haven't qualified to get funds, you'll have opportunities to be involved in somebody else's humanitarian activities. It's nothing negative against you. It's just, some people are pilots and some people are not. A lot of people are not. And I'm a pilot, but I'm not a fighter pilot. That's a higher quality of an individual's finesse and mind and everything like that they need to be the top of the line. Well, the Alliance wants us to be at the top of the line. And those who are at the top of the line will be the ones who are given a redemption appointment. I don't know how it's going to happen. Every single person will have their own personal contact from the Alliance for them to have their personal appointments, redemption appointments. There's no 800 numbers. They can be just compromised very quickly. You can't compromise the heavens coming down and talking to you. And if you doubt that they can do that, then I go back, doubt not, fear not, but be believing, and all things shall work out for the best good of those that love God. Believe things. Don't doubt them, believe them. And a lot of people who doubt stuff, and I say to them, you get what you've got, or you got what you get, and you will go no higher because you doubt things that are true. And you need proof that they're true. That's not the way it works. It will never be the way they work if that's what you think you have to do to prove things. If you can't take my experiences and believe in them, then you'll have to go through the same things that I had to go through, 30 years of experience trying to figure out if God wants you to be the one in charge of things. I hope you don't do that. I hope you can learn from a lesson. Rates of the currencies, rate of exchange, redemption, rate of redemption is something that is necessary for you to come up with. And we've talked about this for a long time. It comes from your heart, and it will tell you the amount of money. I say $500,000 in the beginning, and if you get higher, then go for it, because you don't know what the Alliance has planned for you and for us. We just have to go for the highest amount that we think is appropriate and get the Zim bonds and everything that's necessary to do that. And then we get on the train and away we go. And that's where the fun starts. Is this really a financial redemption or a spiritual one? How can you separate them at that level? It's spiritual. We're going into the higher realms to live, and you're going to have to fine-tune yourself to get there. Can you do it? I believe you can. I wouldn't be saying this to the precious people in Loved One Society if I didn't believe it was true. It says, Ron, can you comment on messages coming in from people who want to change some of the features of Love One Society's programs. Bless your hearts. You're thinking things through and coming up with ideas and writing me a message that came from God, and He wants you to do this and He wants you to do that. It's my responsibility, and I can take those things and ask about it. But I get what I got is the way it's supposed to be. And so that's what I'm going with. So as much as you want to change things, they're not going to change. If you want to change things, why don't you really get involved with Love One Society and find out what the purpose of the programs are? If you can go there and get confirmation from God on what this is all about, you'll understand why I put things the way they're there. If you think you're receiving from God, okay, that's good for you. And do it instead of what I'm doing. But don't ask me to change. That's like saying to Jesus, I don't think it's going to work that way. And he looks at you and says, oh, really? Mm-hmm. And why do you think that? And then I try and go on and I come up with nothing that makes sense. So if you give me something to change for Love One Society, better be sure of who you're talking to. And you may not be talking to the right person, or you're talking to the right person for you. Love One Society is my stewardship. Trying to make me change my stewardship and my sovereignty and my domain is totally inappropriate. Love One Society is mine. It's my sacred responsibility from God to do it the right way. And He's going to tell me if there's a problem. He says it is complete. I'm not going to change anything. If I do, it's fine-tuning what I've already got, including the holding accounts that people are worried about causing problems with society. Talk to God about it. And that's why I say to people, learn how to talk to God. Get in harmony with the Spirit that is available for you. Ask about these things before you come and talk to me. And if you get a revelation of some sort, did God tell you to tell me? I've had people say, well, God told me to tell you this. And I'm saying, where did you get it from? And then if I inquire, who was it that told them that? It wasn't me. And I'm not trying to be bold, or I'm not trying to be arrogant. I'm not trying to do anything except be in harmony with God and harmony with Jesus, because this is His responsibility for this earth. If it needs to change, He'll tell me. Can it change? Yes, it can. Just a word to me and it'll change, period. But when He tells me it's complete, I pretty much think that's true. Excuse me. So, I'm 77 years old and my body's worn out. And I'm quick to get tired. And sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind, and I ask Jesus about that. And He says, well, that's a good thing. Come from your heart, steady your mind. Oh, that doesn't help me get through the day. It's a good idea, though. I have to go through it all personally to succor those who are having the same problems. Get a job like this, that's what you have to go through. And Don't like it, but that's what I have to do. Do I argue? Do I get angry? Do I get justified? Yeah, it's like it, and it's sort of like a little child getting down on the ground and screaming because they don't get their own way. And the parents sit there. When you're finished, let's have a chat. So there's ways to deal with this, and ways that are appropriate, and ways that will be beneficial for you. Will prove that you're ready to go. Learn how to communicate with the heavens. Learn to know when you're being led by the Spirit. And then you get to choose, you get to have the experiences to teach you what you need to know to do the things that need to be done. So,
Well, Ron, thank you for that. Fantastic. I think for me, in summary, uh, as you say that it doesn't feel comfortable for you to go through what you have to go through in this process, it's equally the same for all of us, but we have to stand in our own divine truth and our own sovereignty, and we have to fight. We have to fight through it. And no matter whether we like it or not, doesn't alleviate the problem of getting to the destination of where we want to go. So that's
yeah,
what I
that's
got.
true.
Thank you, Ron. Are
Yeah.
you are you up for some questions?
Sure.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. First off, you want to go in 25 minutes? Is that all right with you?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to stop it on my time, the half hour. And so we're going to allow some questions to come in. In advance, I want to apologize if I mispronounce your name and if we don't get to you to ask the questions, because a lot of people are going to want to ask questions. So as quickly as you can, when we do allow you to ask a question or make a comment, please do it quickly enough, understanding that we want to try to get as many people in this 25 minutes as we can. Okay. And we'll do the best we can. And Jim and Trina, if you guys want to allow some people to speak, I'll just kind of go back and forth. I'll
Absolutely.
I'll take the first one here. Doretha, I'm going to release your mic and come on in. And I hope I pronounced that right.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good morning to all of you. In my country, it's morning. I'm from South Africa. I just wanted to put out some gratitude to all of you that's been putting this together. But I also want to share something, if it's okay. My journey has been filled with lots of colors spiritually, and I didn't understand it at first. And then I found out its frequency. So now that I know, because I heard a lot of angels coming to me, and one of them was Saint Germain, that really gave me really amazing advice how to bring the spirit part into the physical to make it manifest. And this is something I would wish to share with all of you. So, everything that we think, everything that we speak, it will come to you because that's what you're sending out, that's what you will attract. So, all of us are actually alchemists, not just creators, but alchemists. So, you have the ability within you to actually make your creation manifest in your life, but it has to be created in the present. So, when you put the feeling, like emotion, attached with your creation, and you bring it into the present moment as if you already have it, and put gratitude with it, it will come and it will manifest. I've seen it, I've experienced this in my life. So I just wanted to
Good.
put it out there for people to um, understand that it is the truth. We are creators of our future, and everything that you need is inside of you. Just listen to your spirit guides. They are all there. They are all there. And the most beautiful thing is to have communication with them because they are all around us. They've always been there. We were robbed of it. it got stolen from us. We were deprived of it. So I really wish for people to go within, really listen to Ron on this. Go within, take time for yourself, take meditation, and you will see the result. Thank you for all that you have done, bringing this group of wonderful souls together, standing united to let the frequency grow so that it will be seen spiritually as light.
Yes. Well, thank you, Dorothea. That was beautiful. I appreciate your comments and sharing your experiences with us. Germaine's my buddy. Saint Germain, I should say. So,
Okay.
thank you.
Jim, Trina, you want to ask the next person?
Yes, Starseed had her hand up and then she
intermittently.
went down a couple of times. And after that was Carolyn M. Starseed, did you want me to unmute you? Do you still want to ask your question? Let me unmute.
Uh-oh, I just clicked on
Starseed,
Unmute.
you should be unmuted. Can you hear us, Starseed?
No,
Okay,
I guess
Starseed,
it
you're
says she's
unmuted.
listening.
Says you're listening.
Maybe her mic's not working.
Is your mic muted, Starseed, on your computer? Because we cannot hear you. We see
Okay,
you're listening.
let's go on to the next and we'll try to get her on the next round.
Okay, let's go
Carolyn?
Carolyn M. Carolyn M, can you hear?
Muted.
No, it's unmuted.
Unmute. Carolyn, are you there?
Carolyn, can you hear us?
Dom, why don't you see if you can unmute her? It's not working from here.
Come on in. Okay, we got
Hi.
it.
There we
go.
go.
Hi. Well, thank
Hello,
you.
Carolyn.
Hey, hi, Ron. It's been a long time, but I'm so glad to hear you. And I loved what you said about when people were asking this and that about changing LWS and the program and the platform. And you were the one that had created by virtue of co-creating with the Ascended Masters. That was absolutely fantastic. But I do have a question for you.
Okay.
And I know through this journey, in the beginning, was in love with the journey, and all I had to do was to get into the right frequency, and everything was going to be a dream ride. And then I hit some really rocky road.
Mhm.
And for you, have you found out that through the journey, it's been both mixed with rockiness still, and you have to go back to center, and make sure that you're not crossing dominion and staying within what's true to what you created?
That's a really good question, Carolyn. And the problem is when you have enough of the problems, you learn from them. And I'm very, very sensitive about crossing dominions. I spoke today in a way that would cross dominions if people hadn't given permission to be here, or for me to say the things with them here, wanting to hear from what I had to say. And so I was very sensitive to that and am continually. And I oftentimes just don't say anything because I would cross over into boundaries that are not good for me to be there. So you're right, and yet we still have problems from time to time, and well, we just learn from them. I don't kick myself around the block. I've done that before, but there's no value in that. So
No.
but thank you for that question, Carolyn. I appreciate it. Bless your heart.
And thank you. We appreciate you and your question. Next, I'm going to go ahead and bring in Kat. Ron, Kat, I've released your mute if you want to come in. Are you there, Kat? Go ahead and just click at the bottom. There.
Am I unmuted?
You're good.
Thank you for this opportunity to speak. I just wanted to say I love you, Ron. I love all of you.
Mhm. That touches my heart, Kat. Thank you.
It's been my honor to be here. And I am so looking forward to starting this project. Every day it gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, we
And I
get to
love to
grow
see
while we're waiting, so that's good, Kat.
I love to see how this is starting to really unfold. The creation
Mm.
energy of all of you. A lot of times I don't engage. I just look and listen. And
And that's
so
perfect.
I am so proud and honored to see the energy of all of us and what we're going to do
Mm.
and what we are doing.
Mhm.
God
It's
bless you
huge,
all.
isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's huge and it's changing the world. Even right
Yes.
here, right now, our vibrations of 528. I put it on and I feel it change. I feel the shifts. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations, dear.
Much gratitude. We'll talk soon. Thank
Okay.
you. Bye.
Kat, thank you so much. And for everyone here, as we get these fantastic comments, just kind of feel the energy because it definitely, I do feel it. So Kat, I appreciate those comments and also from others. I'm going to bring on, and my apologies if I don't pronounce it correctly, Graziella. I'm going to go ahead and unmute you if you want to come in and speak. Can you hear me? Okay, Graziella, can you hear me? You can just touch your button at the bottom there if you want to come in and speak. If not,
Hello, can you hear me?
I can now. Very good.
Okay, this is not a question. This is a declaration of love towards Love One Society. It touched my heart the very first time that I read an article written by Ron Giles. And I want to tell you, Ron, that I deeply love you and you are always in my heart. I want to say all the people in this call and all the people who's going to listen to the recording, that from the bottom of my heart, I see that this is already done. I don't see this in the future. I experience this as a group of humanitarians working with the Alliance, the Earth Alliance, and the Ascended Masters. We see this already realized. This is my level of certainty. I have never had any doubt about you, Ron, about your light, about your soul. You are a Mahatma, like Mahatma Gandhi was. And we are all Mahatmas in the sense that we want to be at service to humanity, that this is the real purpose of this lifetime in this earth. And the only thing that we're going to take with us when we leave these bodies is the love that we have been given to others and the service that we have been given to others. And Love One Society is this wonderful, beautiful organization that is giving us the opportunity to do so. I extend my infinite love to you, Ron, to you, Didown, to every one of you in the call. I love you all, and this is already done, and this has been already highly successful. And I invite everyone to follow the Ron's words, to really go inside your heart and to really communicate with the spirit inside you, because it is available for every one of us. And this is the only way that we can bring heaven to earth. When we, each one of us, recognize who we really are. This is the beginning, and this is the power that we're going to bring forward with this organization, with Love One Society, and all things that we want to do here. I love you all. Thank you so much for this opportunity to talk.
Thank you, Graciela. You know, your heart is a safe place to be. I'll tell you that. Thank you, my dear.
Okay, we've got about 10 more minutes here. Kat, I'm going to bring you back in. And Starseed, if you wanted to come in and make a comment, I know we tried to get you earlier. Raise your hand again. So I will go ahead and see if Kat will come on if she had another comment. Kat, you there?
No, I did not have another comment. Just love to everyone.
Okay, love to you. And I see Starseed, so Starseed, release you and let you come in. Are you there, Starseed?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. Look, at some point, a lot of all the things, especially today, have been a little bit emotional, very dug deep in the heart. I have listened to all Ron's answering questions and videos, and I don't really interact too much outside. But for me today, what Ron said about that is our responsibility to eliminate what we've been told that is not true. In those simple words, it has always been what I have thought, and but probably because of my background, I have always needed that reassurance. And since I started listening to the way that, not just the words, it's the way that Ron talks. And I don't know, for me has been a sort of a clearance. I don't know how to explain it. Look, I just want to say thank you. I just find this opportunity because I haven't been able to do it before, and just to know, for him to know that how much we all appreciate. I know that everyone have said. I just wanted to say it for myself how much we
Thank you.
appreciate the way that.
Thank you, Starseed. That's precious to me. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Okay, we're going to do a couple more here. I'll go with Hector. Hector will release you. Can you hear me, Hector? Hector, you want to tap your mic at the bottom there, if you see it? Okay, let's come back to Hector. And Juan, I've gone ahead and released your mic. If you can come in. Are you there, my friend?
Yes, I'm here. In this moment, I'm trying to. Oh, hi, Ron. Hi, everybody. You know, my English is not my first language, but I'm trying to give some messages to the Spanish chat right now while you are talking. I'm communicating with them at the same time, just letting them know the emotion that we are living here at this moment. They are really excited about this communication. We have in this moment 64 members in the Spanish chat, and we are always in love. We are always pushing. We are always creating the best for all of us. That's all that I want to say.
Oh, thank you. Precious.
Thank
Juan
you.
is big help, Ron, in the Spanish chat. It's just an honor to have him here. And thank you to all the different international chats that are here. So thank you, Ron, Juan.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. And I'll tell you what, we're going to do one more question and then close it out. So my apologies for those that have waited, but let's go to, and my apology again for mispronouncing, Anu Doan, and you're a retired pharmacist. How about if I release your mic and you come in? Okay. Not sure if
Hello?
there you are. There you are.
Oh, thanks God for that. I appreciate you guys for the opportunity to represent all the Vietnamese communities that I group them up. They're all from Vietnam communist country, and they're very, very tough. They have been hard time for them to join and to learn about the Love One Society. They're excited to be ready for the humanitarian, for the country to is torn by the war and then by the communists, and everybody is so poor. And I have my heart. I don't live in Vietnam. I live in America. I've been here for 40 years as American, and God revealed to me that 10 years ago, that one day Vietnam will be delivered and from old poverty. And God guide me to run Love One Society. Nobody referred to me. God make me found on the internet, and I go and there's some secrets, somebody talking about secret society, so secret society, Love One Society, and I went there and I checked, and there's nothing secrets at all. And when God revealed to me that is the true humanitarian. So I have been getting all my friends from Vietnam, and a lot of them are scared and they don't join. So for now, I have 23 people joining the group. They're ready to go, and they hope that they're going to get the funds to help the people. And I appreciate Ron for doing this work, because in the beginning I joined the group, I think it's last year, 2 years ago I joined, and I see there's so many people who are not on the right path with Ron. They're fighting Ron and they do everything, and I was praying for Ron that he's doing the right direction, because everybody was pulling different directions. So now I think everything is in order. Thanks God for Ron. I've been praying for this group and for Ron that we have one goal, is setting everything to God, our creator, and we are supreme being that represent God, that we can do helping people, but we only worship God, the only one, not all the gods. So thanks God for now I see everything is in order with Ron, and appreciate you give me opportunity to talk in the room. And thanks God for all the humanitarians who are in the room, for having God as their leader and their guide. And we only have worship one God only, not all the gods. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good job. Thank
Good.
you.
Okay, Jim and Trina, you want to come in at the very end here before we call it a night for Ron?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. You know, we gave a lot of thought to this chat and what everybody's going through and how we all get to the finish line. And we came to an agreement about an idea about envisioning. What will it take for us to envision our CACs, our community action centers, to have the highest level of service and seeking the highest level of enjoyment of all, and to stay centered no matter what we encounter. And I would love Ron to give us a quick synopsis of what his thoughts are, and then we can ponder on this till the next time we meet. What do you think, Ron?
Yes. Well, thank you very much for that, Trina. I appreciate it. Let's just remember that each one of us are the creators, and if we're in harmony with the heavens, then we create what the heavens want us to do. Excuse me. So I send my love and my appreciation to all of us who have answered the call, those of us who I believe helped create Love One Society and before we came here to the earth. I send my blessings and my love to you all, and we're moving forward. Just a little bit more time.
Well, thank you, Ron, for that. And we all want to say thank you so much for everyone joining us tonight. And I think this was a very successful chat. Hopefully there can be more in the future. We'll see how everything goes with Ron's schedule and Dom's schedule. And we just send love and gratitude to each one of you that shared your evening or afternoon with us, and sending many blessings to each and every one of you. And until we meet again.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Have a great one. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Ron. Thanks to everybody. Have a wonderful day and much love.
Thank you.